Fight, 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 fight.
Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. How's it going, guys? How are you today? Guests? I've never heard of guests in my life. This is a solo stream. I don't know who lied to you and told you that there would be other people on it. What kind of bigotry do you even mean? Actually, of course, I am lying. My guests will be showing up at some point. But for now, it's just me and you. Me and you, chat. So cozy on in to a wonderful Friday. I hope you guys are having a nice evening. I hope things are going well out there on YouTube, out on Rumble. It'll be it's a little bit of a thing. Man, it's been a long fucking week. I don't know about you guys. I have been watching this Alec Murdaugh murder trial in South Carolina. And these are long days. Long days. It's been a while since I've covered a full trial. There was Johnny Depp. I'm trying to think if I did a full trial after Johnny Depp. I'm not sure. I know I did a couple between Rittenhouse and Depp, but I don't think so. So it's been a while. Simple Jack says, "You look awful, man. Are you sick?" Thank you, Simple Jack. You have a way with words, making people feel good. No, I'm not sick. I'm just tired, man. These trial streams are 10 hours. And then I didn't take a nap between streams today because I got dinner for the family. And then I went on Legal Vice's show for a little bit, but which was very cool. Legal Vices does Fuck It Friday. And he calls it F It Friday or whatever. But, you get the idea. And so I went over there. Gosney was over there. Bronco was over there. Drexel, Radix Verum, Jessica Reloaded. We had, who else? Steph, I think. The nerd. Oh, God. And Flux. Steph the Alter Nerd. That's right. That's her full name. Whew. But yeah, so I was over there for a little bit, and now I am back here. Tonight we will have, eventually, Camelot, Law and Lumber, Drex, and Cecil. Unless they all lied to me, which I don't think they did. When will Rekieta Law denounce white supremacy? Why would I denounce that? That sounds great. Oh my God, finally. Whew. We need a little more of that running around. But finally need mine. I need to take mine. I've been sitting here in this slavery and shit for too long. All right. Anyway, so we're going to have some fun. We'll do some drinking and all that stuff. And, some. I'm not going to get destroyed. I'm not going to get destroyed. Bring Charlie on. Sheila, I thought Charlie was great. I don't know about you. Hey, what's up? Nina in the chat? I saw people saying, "What's up to Nina?" Is she there? I don't see her. Did I miss something? Maybe I did. Who knows? But if Nina's out there in the chat, what's up? By the way, to anybody who did watch and didn't like Charlie, that's going to be a big too bad. I'm going to be bringing her back on, not every stream or anything, but I like her. And I think as she kind of gets in the flow of things, it'll be fun. It'll be nice to have an alternative perspective on some of these things. The other thing that you guys may not know is Charlie actually has tons of knowledge about a variety of other cases, ones that I don't have as much knowledge on. So she'll be fun to have around as a guest to pop in from time to time. And I like her. I know she seemed a little off, but English is not her first language. In fact, she speaks 5 different languages, and English is not one of the more common ones she speaks. So that kind of makes it seem a little bit, made her seem a little bit out there, but I think it'll be great to bring her on from time to time. And I also love when people get angry at guests. That's funny to me. Makes me happy. So anyway, she'll be back. She'll be back. Oh, yeah, Nicholas Cruiser, yes. Yes. Okay, anyway. Let me read a couple of these super chats. I'll hit the Vegas stuff at the beginning here, and we'll hit the Vegas stuff later as well, of course. But Matthew Spriggs says, it's my birthday. First month of my job, new job, extremely successful. My 30s already look amazing, and it's been less than a day. Can I co-stream? Co-stream? Do you do this? Do you stream, Matthew Spriggs? I don't know you. Like intimately. I don't know you that well. But maybe sometime. Maybe pop on a Friday show. Who knows? Let's see. Doug Murray says, in South Carolina accent, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the evidence will show not only did this glow-eyed brown dog murder Pa and Maggie murder, but he can talk. Them internet lawyers got it all wrong. Okay. Well, that was awkward. That was very awkward. Pipka up to $9,000. Send her a super chat. $9,000 for what? Why is Pipka up to $9,000? No, Zoe. She's not an American lawyer. She's a Dutch lawyer. She's a Dutch lawyer. I think people misunderstood a little bit. So anyway, the whiskey I'm starting with tonight is this Kentucky Owl Takumi edition bourbon whiskey. It's a mix. Well, it's a blend with a Japanese whiskey, I think. What do we got? In celebration of our desire to collaborate with like-minded innovative spirits, Kentucky Owl has partnered with Japanese master blender Yahisa Yusuke to help create our Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This Takumi edition brings together the traditional blending skills of selecting rare whiskey barrels and unique flavor profiles with the expertise of our master blender, John Rea, resulting in this exceptional and unique limited release. So there you go. It's good stuff. Very good stuff. Oh, my God. Alcohol makes you stupid. Alcohol makes you stupid. Bigot. You know who I am? You even know who I am? All right. Okay, so let me talk very briefly about Las Vegas, because this is shaping up to be quite the fucking get together. I am doing a live show / meet and greet in Las Vegas, February 26th. I should probably put the link to that in the description. I have failed myself in so doing. So far, we've sold 80 tickets to this thing. 81 tickets have sold to this thing so far, and we're still 23 days away from the show. Hold on, I'm adding the and my Las Vegas show Buy tickets here. Let me copy that so I can put it into both descriptions. Save. Hold on. We got to edit this on Rumble as well. But no, that's not. There we go. Edit. Save. Okay. So the Las Vegas show, it's in the description of both the YouTube and the Rumble videos. If you want to check it out, I would highly encourage you to consider it because of a couple reasons. First of all, you're going to be in Vegas. So you're going to have fun no matter what you're doing. You get to take some time for yourself and go have a blast. Second of all, you're going to get to meet other people who watch this show, which will be awkward. Trust me. But it'll also be pretty good times. Third of all, the roster at this Vegas show, the roster of this Vegas show is pretty ridiculous as far as like internet peoples go in this sort of sector is such a gay word for it, but in this area of the internet, this little corner of the internet, it is it's a wild thing. So it's going to be me. Camelot's going to be there. Dick Masterson's going to be there. Andrew Branca's going to be there. Steve Gosney's going to be there. Nate the Lawyer's going to be there. Eric Hunley's going to be there. Mark Robert's going to be there. Robert Barnes is going to be there. Viva Fry's going to be there. Danny on Direct is going to be there. Those are the lead attorney is going to be there. That's just who's confirmed. That's just who's confirmed. Unconfirmed, potentially Drex. Maybe Joe. Possibly Attorney Tom. So there's going to be a whole bunch of annoying people who talk into microphones, standing around, having a good time. It'll be fun. It'll be very fun. No law tube chicks. Well, Danny on Direct, Danny on is going to be there. But there really aren't that many other ones that I'd want to hang around. I don't know. Yellow Flash 2, you shut up. You shut up, Flash, or I'll make you go. I'll make you go. But anyway, it's gonna be a good time and a good show. Robert Govea has also expressed interest. Well, I better reach out and talk to him too. Andrea Burkhart. I mean, I'd love to have Andrea come. I don't know if she's going to. I haven't talked to her. Emily Baker is cool. Emily's usually very busy and across the country. But see, I think I don't know if I want to say this. I have no idea. I'm going to do another show probably closer to where Emily is at some point this year. And that might be a better one to invite her to. Oh, yes. Mr. Peacock is also going to be there. I'm so excited. You have no idea. You have no idea how excited I am for this this event. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Emily says, Nick, I can come and we'll buy a ticket to support regardless. Wait, can or can't? But how weird will this be? I'm kind of attractive and don't want to blow up my YouTube spot. What do you mean your YouTube spot? I don't know what that actually means, but if you want to talk to me about it, just email me. Steve Robertson says, what was early YouTube streaming like? Did you have live streams with few or no viewers at the beginning? No. Well, I mean, it depends on what few means for you. You have a bad case of crow's feet. Fix that shit, dude. I'm old. I'm aged, sir. um, my early YouTube streaming. I think the first live stream I did was around. It was probably around 100 people, 100 to 200 people. Something like that. So I never had like the stream to 5 people streams or anything like that. I don't know what that was like. I always had long form content from the beginning because I don't know how to keep things truncated and short, and I don't really like to edit in general. So I started out doing like long recorded videos. And then the guy who was doing my thumbnails at the time, he's like, "Hey man, have you heard of this live streaming thing?" And I said, no. And he's like, "Yeah, you just record your video live or you do your show live and then people can like do the super chat thing." And at the time I was making like $20 a month or something, like just a really little amount on YouTube. And he's like, "Yeah, if you do that, you'll probably like double the ad revenue that you make." And so I did. In my first show, I made like more than the entire ad revenue I had made that month in one show. And I was like, well, this is cool, which wasn't much or anything, but I was like, wow, this is fucking cool. And so then I started live streaming all the time. Speaking of people who live stream all the time, and I love very much, what's up, buddy?
You were telling a story that's literally identical to mine. Literally same thing. It was my first like week on YouTube after it like kind of took off a little bit. Like one of my videos got a few views, and I was like, well, damn. So I was like, I'll just stream and play Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And Jesus Christ joined. He's a YouTuber that like PewDiePie shouted out a bunch of times, and he looks like Jesus Christ. And he popped in and he had his check mark and everything. And he's like, dude, turn super chats on. I'm like, what the hell's a super chat? And I turned that shit on and made $800. And I was like, what the fuck?
On your first stream?
On my first stream.
You made $800.
Yeah, and it changed my life.
I'm going to punch you in the dick in Vegas. I think my first stream, God, I think I could probably go back. Oh, you know what? You can go back and look at this shit, can't you?
Yeah, dude. You can see my first stream. I cried too, like a bitch.
You cried on your first stream?
Look, dude, you don't understand now. I'd been in retail for 13 years. I saw no way out. My wife had just left me. And then like all of a sudden I see a path forward, bro. I was like, oh shit, emotions. Okay,
so I'm going to be scrolling forever. So you know how it tells you how many videos there are?
Yeah.
I gotta get to my first live stream. It says, my first page here is 1 to 50 of about 2,172.
Jesus.
Fuck, there's got to be a better way to sort this thing out. Oh, yeah. Damn it.
Mine's mine's not too bad. It's like 600. I think I have like 600 or 700 like video streams combined.
Oh wait, here we go. I fixed it to my first. So I had a first unlisted live stream to test it out on January 10th, where I didn't I didn't have that on. Okay, so then here's the first one I did was January 11th of 2018. Oh, sweet. It's got 9,000 views on it. Let's see the analytics on it. What did we make? Revenue. See more. Oh, wait, no, this is in the last 28 days. I got to do all time since upload. Wait, I might not have had super chats on yet.
Yeah, my first stream, I just talked. And then my second stream is when I turned super chats on. And then Jesus Christ donated $10. And I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Okay, live performance. Okay, no. So yeah, no super chats on that one. I didn't have it on. I just have YouTube Premium and watch page ads. So hold on just a second. Let me find out when I turn these on. This is now an interesting research project for me.
It's actually pretty cool because like before then you had to be like 1 million subs to be able to make a really good / decent wage on YouTube. And then when super chats came along, you could have 1,000 subs and turn those things on, and if you have a decent like audience, like because at 1,000 subs you can have 100 watchers like you would on Twitch,
Right.
and your people can average like 30-40 grand a year, and if they don't even have to be a big YouTuber, it's pretty.
Right.
It's one of the only positive changes YouTube's done in a long time. So
wait, no, this one didn't have any views. Man, when did I live streamed for free all this time?
Can you believe we used to do that? What the fuck? Who does that?
Yeah, this is wild. I'm still trying to find the one where I turned it on. Live stream with the Google lawsuit. I was probably like, well, I don't really want to do that. You know. Geez, I can't find that. Here we go. Lawsuit number 17. All of January, I didn't have any super chats on. Maybe they don't track them or something. Because I am looking here and I'm not seeing shit. And that just doesn't seem right. I thought I was doing super chats right away.
It just feels like it. I guess it just feels like it because it's been such a integral part of everything for such a long time.
Yeah.
I probably make like 28 grand a year on ad revenue. Like, and because ad revenue is just nothing.
Yeah, so. It does not. I mean, my ad revenue is trash. It always has been. This is the emergency stream. Why is this emergency stream? Was this where I got my? I think it might not be showing the old. There had to be some super chat. I would not have been doing this for this long without super chats.
Let me look. I'm gonna look at mine because I can get mine's. Yeah. My list is way shorter probably because I didn't. I'd stream like 3 days a week and I used to skip a bunch because whatnot. Let's see. Oh, 1,179. There's no way. This is bullshit. There's no way I've streamed that many times. Come on.
Yeah, dude. When you do it all the time, it adds up really quick. Here we go. This one had super chats. So this was when was this? I just went down to this one. This was on July 7th of 2018. I did a live stream that made $100 in super chats. What is this one? This will be good.
Casual Q&A with Camelot. Yeah. Look at that.
Here's $60 on this one. Yeah. So, I mean, it's weird thinking about it. Peak viewers, 252. But you start somewhere. Yeah, everybody starts somewhere. How is this stream already demonetized? I didn't even do anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, anyways, hey, brother, welcome to the show. Sorry, I was distracted when you joined. And now you got me thinking about all this damn, like all these, the before times of super chats.
The before 4 times. Yeah, it's wild, man. I just forgot about all that. It's been so long. It's been God, what is it? 2023. Damn, I've been doing this for 4 years full time now.
Yeah. Charmax 2 says Nick is the only one who cares about this conversation. You ain't lying. I know. Oh shit. CBD. Oh wait. Oh crap. Damn, I missed all this stuff. So that was to Steve Robertson. Thank you for asking that question, getting me derailed. Chris H, hypothetical law. Suppose I raise bald eagles and refuse to pay taxes until the FBI ATF try to Waco me. How many years of prison will they get if I tie live birds around me as body armor? Yes. You should do it. You should do it. Use only endangered species to protect yourselves. Nothing could go wrong with this plan. Squizgar says, did you hear the jury found in favor of Elon in the 420 Tesla case? No, I didn't. What was that case about? CBDX.com says we now have Delta 9 gummies. And they also said, always good to see you live. Nose works on our cough Delta 9 gummies for 20% off now. We're moving on up. Very cool. CBDX.com. Look, guys, if you love to hit those edibles, check out CBDX.com. And CBDX.com says, wait, just to be clear, we mean Delta 9 THC. We don't even sell CBD. Lol. You got an interesting name there, cbdx.com. Oh, of course, I guess the X means no.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do gummies or edibles at
Hell
all?
yeah. No, well, so I don't know what it is. Like, so I think we have Delta 8 here, maybe? Is that a thing? It's Delta 8, Delta 9. So we have that here, and they just make me sleepy, and they kind of make me feel like weird, and I don't know. It just doesn't have the same. Now, straight up, like real gummies, you go to Colorado and get some fast acting, like death shit. That stuff's great. I love those. I don't like getting too high, though. Freaks me out.
Yeah. My problem. So I have these. I've only taken one of them, and it kicked my ass so hard because I'm a pussy with weed. I don't really do it.
Same.
I don't really like it. So I got these Northern Lights ones. They're 5 milligrams of Delta 9, but then 20 milligrams of that HHC shit in there. I don't know if you know about that.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like some other THC. It's like it's not THC, but it's like another strand or whatever strain. And those, I took one of those. I thought like the next day was terrible for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, so the first edible I ever had was not like a gummy. So this chick I was hanging out with, right? So, okay, like, when my wife left, look, I got to regurgitate all this shit. When my wife left, I've never drank, never been drunk, never taken any edibles, never smoked weed before. And I was 27. All right, I was about to turn 27. So I'm hanging out with this girl because, my ex-wife left. And I literally turned into a yes man when my wife left. So I was like, she's like, have you ever had edibles? And I'm like, no. And I've only been drunk twice since I met you. So I'm hanging out with this girl, and she's like, well, I know a guy that like I can get a brownie from. And I was like, all right, cool. So she gets this brownie, and I know nothing about edibles, dude. So it's this big fat ass brownie that's dank as hell and smells like balls. So she's like, eat a little square. So I eat a little square, and she eats a little bit. And after like 30 minutes, I feel nothing. So I just keep eating more of it until it's almost gone. And then it was like I fell downstairs, and it started snowballing. And I was like, oh my God, I'm tripping balls, man. I'm tripping balls. And she like shuffles me to the shower.
Who's
and
she
I'm
in
like,
this?
It was a girl.
Or just some random girl.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
This is my first edible experience. She shuffles me to the shower, and I'm like in the corner of the shower, and water's just hitting me. And she's like, don't laugh, bro. And I'm like, what? And she's like, dude, don't laugh. And I'm like, what? And then I just start laughing, and I can't stop laughing. And it like is painful, and I'm crying at the same time as I'm laughing. And then she chauffeurs me to the bed or pushes me to the bed, and I'm laying on my back. And she was like, do you want to have sex? And I'm like, there is no way in hell that would ever be possible. And there was like images flashing through my mind and like in like 4K. And I was like, this is like, it's like an epiphany. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, everything I'm seeing is so important. It's like things from my childhood that I had forgotten. And then I like woke up the next day, and I still felt a little weird. So I went back to sleep, woke up again. And it turns out the images I was seeing was just bullshit I was making up at the time. It was actually not important information.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Wait, so you hallucinated from weed?
Yeah, man. Now, granted, I don't know what her friend put in it, but it tripped me the hell out. And the same thing happened kind of recently. I took an edible, and I was like, oh my God, I have to say this. And I was hanging out with these two girls. And I don't got any friends, man. So I was hanging out with these two girls, and I took, the edible, and I was like tripping balls. And I was like, I have to say something really important. And I was like, I've just discovered the most important thing. And it was really important to me. Like, it was actually important. And one of the girls was like, well, what is it? And I'm like, I went to say it. And I was like, Eminem's the greatest rapper of all time. And I just started laughing. And I'm like, what the fuck's happening to me? Like, because the thing I said had nothing to do with anything. But it seemed so important at the time. It's so weird, man. So I love doing them. But God, man, I always get too high, except for the one time I was climbing in the mountains in, I think it was in Nederland in Colorado. I took one, and I went to the mountains, and I started tripping balls. And then eventually I was just in the snow off the trail. And I was like, where am I? So I followed my footsteps back to camp. It was good. It's pretty cool, man.
I've never had anything like that. For me, So the first ones I got were these, I guess they were either hybrids or indica. I don't know. And they just knocked my ass straight out. Like I'm done. It was
Yeah.
gross. I didn't like that very much. And then the ones I had recently, which I think I'm out of them. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. I usually take one when I go in the hot tub.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That just sounds like it would feel right.
Well, I got sativa ones, and those are supposed to be like a little bit more of a pick-me-up. And that one's better. And when I take those, I actually I sleep really well and I wake up feeling rested. So that's why I like those. They don't knock me out. Like I feel awake, and they do that kind of body high thing a little bit.
Yeah,
where
I
things are a
like
little
that.
more.
I like that. Like I never get that anymore. I just go, I blast off into outer space every time now. I was in Las Vegas last year, maybe. I don't remember actually, but I was in Las Vegas, and I think it was last year because I do a Las Vegas trip every year, coincidentally. And I was sitting in a room, and this guy had edibles, and I took 85 milligrams because I'm a dumbass.
Holy shit.
I didn't know. This was still kind of early on in my experience, so I didn't really know what I was doing. So I took 80 milligrams. And then dude, it was like an hour later, and like the world was melting. And there was this girl there, and she knew me from YouTube. And like she had recognized me in Las Vegas. So me and a couple of my friends, we went back to this suite we had, and then the girl came with us because she knew me from YouTube. So I was like, yeah, she can come back. So she's sitting in the chair in front of me, and she's having a conversation with me. And I was like flashing in and out and not hearing anything. I couldn't hear anything.
Right.
And she was, one of my friends also that was tripping balls was beside me hysterically laughing because of what she was watching. So I'm sitting there, and this girl that I met that knows me from YouTube is professing her love to me directly in front of me. And I would snap into consciousness, and she'd be like, "Are you listening?" And I'd be like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know what's happening." And then everybody starts laughing, and she was scowling at me. And I'm like, "I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying, man." And then she would start talking again. And I'm like, "Oh God, I can't hear what she's saying." It was freaking wild. I couldn't even hear her. And then somehow I made it back to my room. It was like I was flashing in and out. Like there was a lot of periods of blackness, but I was able to function throughout it. It was really weird, man. It's real weird.
Yeah, they hit weird, and if you're not used to that sort of feeling, they last a really long time too. It's not like if you smoke weed or you vape it or whatever. I mean, it lasts 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour, I guess. Depends on how much you smoke, I guess, but it really doesn't hang out that long. But when you eat one, man, that's going to be in the tank for several hours.
Yeah, I've smoked a bunch since then, and smoking is totally fine. I don't know what it is, man. I think they just hit me weird and different. I got to a point where I stopped taking them as much because it started getting only negative every time, and I'm like, man, it sucks every time. I'm like, I don't like this anymore. I did one freaking last week, and I was watching Black Sheep with Chris Farley, and it was just awkward. The whole movie was awkward, and I'm like, why is this movie so awkward? And there's just scenes that would go on for 20 minutes. It felt like, and I was like, this is weird. And I was just like, I want to go to bed.
I don't do any, I can't watch stuff or anything like that.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not the biggest fan of weed anything in general, just because it makes me all foggy. Yeah. And I don't like being foggy. Which is weird because I drink, but I can drink a lot and I'll get slurry in speech. But I mean, my brain doesn't feel foggy. It's not the same. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah. But getting drunk's the goated. I love drinking, and I barely drank at all on my diet. So I'm 3 weeks in, and I just want to drink so much every day, but I just can't. It sucks. But my willpower is unmatched. I won't do it. Of course, I will in Vegas. But
right. Well, Vegas what happens in Vegas isn't real.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the phrase. That's what I remember. That's what it. See, they should come up with something catchier, but they actually said what happens in Vegas isn't real. That's the official phrase from what I've heard. Yeah. By the way, guys, I hear what's going on with Pipkin Pippa, my favorite little V2 bunny rabbit. Seems like she's in a bad spot talking about self-deleting or whatever. I dropped her a super chat, and told her to stop that shit and to like come on to one of my streams and laugh and have fun. But I can't like sit and watch for her to read it. I don't know if she ever did. I dropped it a little bit ago, but her stream has too many damn sound effects that are loud. So I was like, I can't sit and tolerate that shit. But no, I hope she's I hope she gets into a better spot because she is very successful on YouTube. And has all the hallmarks of being very long lasting in the industry. But Pippa, here, I'll show you what Pippa is real quick. If you guys don't, are you familiar with Pippa?
Nope, but I'm Googling it.
Well, here, she's right here.
That's Princess Kate's sister. Oh, never mind.
Not that Pippa. It's Pippa Middleton, the hotter one, the hotter Middleton. No, this is Pipkin Pippa. So she's one of these weirdos who does these things.
Hold on.
But she's like
a
crying.
VTuber.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm scrolling the chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
God damn.
Like this is okay. This is not a good stream to watch Pippa because she's crying and playing fucking loud ass sound effects. God, I don't understand VTubers. Okay, Camelot, do you understand that weird business model?
Lofty is one of them, which means I think it's negative probably. But yeah, no, dude, I hate that. Like I hate when I was younger, I did not understand it. Actually, I didn't understand it until I was 27 or 26. The whole unaliving yourself thing. I always thought that was the weirdest and like didn't make sense to me. And then, I went through a real dark period for a very short period of time when I was 26, and it all made sense. And I was like, oh, this makes way more sense now. I feel like an asshole for always thinking, oh, you're just not brave and strong, and you're, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to think that it was like depression was dumb and unfounded. Oh, yeah. And then I went through it and I was like, oh shit, this is terrible. I don't like anything.
Like, wow. I literally can't make myself get up out of bed.
Yep. Yeah. And
I'll just stay here for like, 2, 3, I don't know, years.
Yeah. And then your friends would be like, why don't you just go out and do stuff? And I'm like, that's what I kind of want to do, but also I can't do that. It's not just something you can't just go do the thing. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, it's terrible. It's a terrible feeling, man.
Well, anyways, I don't know what's going on with Pippa. The last time I tried to have Pippa on the show, she was down for it. I was down for it, but her management was not down for it, which I gotta say is pretty gay. I don't know what the hell their problem was. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've had the same exact thing. I was supposed to do a racing content video with a popular like NASCAR YouTuber.
Oh,
and I was like, I had my car loaded up. I'd spent thousands of dollars in prep going to the racetrack. I was on my way, to North Carolina. And then the guy, I hear from one of the guy's like fans or friends or something that when I get there, he's not even going to be there and he's not going to work with me because he didn't know that my content was anti-corporate and he doesn't want to piss off people that buy ads.
Advertisers. Yeah.
And he's like, and he could have just emailed me and told me. I'd have been like, that makes sense. But just like ignored. I was like on my way, like driving 12 hours. I'm like,
oh shit.
Like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, the thing with Pippa, at least, I mean, I talked to their management and they were like, they explained the position. And I was like, just give me a list of shit you don't want me to talk about. It's fine. Like, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to have a nice conversation with a VTuber who isn't a weirdo. Well, or that doesn't exist. I just wanted to have a nice conversation with a VTuber who is like familiar with my work a little bit and talks about people that I know a little bit and stuff like that. I thought that would be a fun way to like talk to a VTuber about what they do, because it's kind of like it's this strange, different thing.
Yeah,
because you're like
a lot of people watch this shit. So
and not only do they watch it, they donate to them in droves.
Yeah.
For a while, I think they still are. For a while, they were bar none the highest income earners of the top 20 income earners on YouTube Super Chats. Like 18 of them were VTubers.
Yeah.
And and it was like, well, how did this become a thing? Like, how was this the business model of being weird Japanese cartoon and being like, oh, and like people are like, they subscribe to that shit and they just like, oh, here, have money, like just take it.
It's the lonely white dude. It's the lonely balding neckbeard white dudes that want to go to Japan because they love anime.
Well, and Japanese dudes too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
Because most of these people, they stream in Japanese.
Yeah.
Which of course does not preclude like the American otaku either, right? The American otaku has learned Japanese. Like while you were studying Bush, they were studying the kanji.
Yeah. It's like I don't know, it was like a cartoon I was watching at one point, and it shows like it's like when white guys go to Japan because they love anime, and there's just like a white guy running around in like a schoolgirl like outfit, like
that's weird,
just trying to speak broken like 101 phrases, and like all these Japanese all these Japanese people are just in their like business suit trying to go to work, and they're like, can you please get away from me, like what are you doing?
That's what I feel like at Anime Matsuri sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you were there remember like when you see the dudes dressed up as the female characters, and it's like, all right, like I'm okay with cosplay or whatever, but that's fucked up.
Yep.
Like that's weird. Put your dick away.
And they only take the shower on the first day, because you'll notice everything starts to smell worse and worse throughout the weekend. Like,
yeah.
And it's always the 400-pound dude always has like a thong on, and he's misty. Every year I go to like a couple anime conventions, and there's always a 400-pound dude dressed as Misty, but instead of the booty shorts, he just has a thong on. And I'm like, man, why are you gonna do this to me? Like,
yeah,
God. Oh.
Yeah, it's the shower.
Oh.
So anyway, that was Omega Zero. It tuned me into that. Other people in my locals have been talking about it too. Says, yo, Nick, hit up Pippa. She needs help. She said she wanted to kill herself this week. Sorry for the downer message. Well, I mean, look, I hope not. I hope not. I hate to say, I hope that's a grift. I don't think that's not something people typically grift, but I hope that's some sort of other fucking thing, or is very temporary. But you're right, man. When that depression hits, there's nothing you can do. I mean, it fucks you up, and it messes with your life. And I think the medical treatment for depression is a bullshit game too. Like, I don't trust that shit at all. The SSRIs.
Yep.
I think that is like, you remember the drug dealers they always show on TV? They're like, hey man, I get you your first try for free.
Yep.
It's like, what drug dealer are you, by the way? But they're like, I get you your first try for free. And then, yeah, you just keep coming back. And that's how I feel these fucking psychiatrists are, or whatever, who prescribe this shit. Cause they literally do give you first, where they give you these samples for like a week. And they're like, oh yeah, you just start taking this SSRI for a week. And then if it doesn't work, we'll just give you more until it does.
And then they like start paying for it. And the issue is, man, dude, I've had friends in the past, because like 1 in 4 women are on antidepressants. So I've talked to a bunch of chicks on antidepressants, and so many of them say that it almost is worse sometimes, because it makes, not only do they don't feel their depression, they just don't feel anything. And the scary part about that is, at least when you're depressed and like sober in that depression, you still are capable of, you're feeling something, but it's negative. But when you take antidepressants, you feel nothing, which in turn, I've actually heard from multiple people say it made them totally okay with ending their life, because they just didn't care. So it actually made it way worse for them. So I known a few people that came off of them because they're like, I was afraid I'd kill myself because I was on antidepressants. And it, not only did I not feel sad, I didn't feel anything. And,
that's the scary thing. And they just keep pumping them into people until they get to numbness. And then they'll feel good for like a little bit, and then they'll go back to like that numbness. And then they'll well, we probably got to up the dose. And then they tell you after a while, they're like, well, you've probably been on them for too long. We got to try a different one now. It's like, oh, fuck off. Like, I just don't trust that shit at all. I don't, I hate it. I hate the industry. I hate the pharmaceutical industry. And I think there's probably a bunch of ways to treat that shit that have nothing to do with using that, with the SSRIs. Cause I don't know. They like prevent your brain from absorbing the happy drug that it makes.
Yeah. Okay. So great example. See, I've never taken anything like that, but I had a friend that I grew up with my whole life. And this dude's like witty and fun to be around and cool and like, whatnot. Well, he gets, married and whatnot. And it just so happens that his wife she is a person that can prescribe these kind of things. And she's on like 50 things. So of course, as you would expect, he like starts taking all these antidepressants. And I didn't see him for like a year. And then we had like a house party and he came over to my house. And this dude that I've known my whole life was sitting in the corner like of my room in a chair. And he was kind of staring off into the distance. And I was like, dude, are you all right? And he just like cut his like vision back to me. And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm great. And then he just turns back to like looking at the wall. And I'm like, man, this is weird. And that's how he always was from then on out. He was always like that. It's just strange.
Yeah, and to be clear, guys, my experience with SSRIs is not mine. It's people that I know. I've had a bunch of friends who've been on them at various points in their lives and stuff like that. So I've seen it. I haven't experienced it. I'm going by what other people have decided. Some people like learn how to quit or what, like try quitting, do this stuff, try these like techniques. It's not for me. Like I'm too much of an asshole to do something like SSRIs. And I've dealt with depression, but it's usually seasonal or like situational type things. I'll have, it was worse in the past, but like December's used to be really bad for me. And then I'd have some situations where like things had just been down for a while and you feel fucking useless. You feel like, well, I guess this is it. I guess this is my lot in life, is to be a continual fuck up. And then, for me, I was lucky enough to kind of get out of that. But, but when you're in it, I mean, you're in it and there's nothing you can do about that shit. But I was never medicated for it. Thank God. I don't want to know how that would have turned out. Cause
I just don't go to medical professionals for any reason. So like, I just don't go anywhere. I'm like, I feel kind of bad. I'm just going to sit my ass right here. It's definitely seasonal for me because all year I'm doing all this shit all year. Like, like I'll be in Vegas and then, I'll go to, we'll go to Missouri. I'll go to a few other conventions and I'm racing and I'm just traveling a lot. And I'm keeping my mind occupied. And then the November-ish comes, December-ish, and there's just nothing for like months. And I'm just like, start feeling kind of weird. And of course, how your content creation is going definitely plays a hand in that for me, because I'm a dumbass. So I'm like, oh, my video didn't get views. Guess I'm going to go swallow a shotgun. That's kind of how it is nowadays. So,
well, at least it's long and black.
Hell yeah.
No, but it's and that's I fucking hate winter so much. I hate it so much. And for me, it was also compounded by the fact, I think, as I like look back on life, December is when we moved to Minnesota. So I was in 4th grade and I had this big cultural shift in moving from Texas, where my friends were, and then because I used to like run around my neighborhood with friends because it never got too cold year round. You just play with your friends out in the fucking streets, and that was good. And then I moved to Minnesota and everything was more spread out. I didn't know anybody. Winter, we moved in the middle of the fucking winter. And speaking of the winter of my discontent, what's up, Rob?
Speaking of the winter of your discontent, what the hell is that? That's a great intro. Holy shit. What am I coming into?
We're talking about depression.
Oh, great.
It's a great subject matter for an exciting stream.
I hoodwinked you. I was like, hey, Rob, come on to one of these Friday shows where we tell jokes and have fun stories. And then Rob gets here. It's like, let me tell you about my winter depression.
Winter depression, seasonal depression, and all the things.
No, it came up because there's this VTuber who I'm acquaintances with named Pipkin Pippa. He's an animated rabbit. We don't ask questions about the weird, Rob. But she was talking about self-deleting on stream. So we kind of strayed into the realm of depression and SSRIs and that shit.
Oh, all right.
No.
Well, let's do
We can
wanna
leave that
navigate-
topic.
Do we want to navigate away from that topic, or do we want
Yes,
to
of
stay on
course.
the topic?
Yes.
Oh, good. Wonderful.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
How's this
What a
Murdoch?
week. Murdoch. Fucking Murdoch, man. This fucking trial.
Camelot, you're in the South.
Yes.
Do you care about Alec Murdoch?
I try to watch it, but I keep falling asleep, man. It's it's hard.
Dude, it is tough. This
It's-
trial
it's-
is moving at the speed of fat sex.
Yeah.
At the speed of smell. Speed of smell.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's hard for me to follow. I still don't even know what the hell's going on.
God,
A
you and the rest of
TLDR
the population.
yeah, a TLDR is needed because I don't even know. So I'm like, okay,
Well,
there's
you and the lawyers. I mean, they don't know what's going on either.
dude's accused of killing his wife and son, right?
Yeah, his 22-year-old son and his wife, who's
Right.
much older than 22.
Okay, so I'm watching like the defense and the prosecution. I'm like watching it, and I was like, "What's the alternative?" I'm still because I can't like I can't really follow along because I'm a dumbass. But like, what is the alternative? What is the defense's argument? Like TLDR.
Well, the defense is the defense's argument seems to be basically he's not the guy who did it. He wasn't there when it happened, and it must be someone else. Which would normally be kind of a weird fucking argument, except when you realize that this guy has pissed off
Everybody.
so many people, and everybody hates him. And there's tons of people who would want to kill both this guy and his son. His wife probably was collateral damage, like, to be honest.
So what the defense is that someone else did it, basically. But we don't
Yeah,
know who.
yeah.
Right?
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, Rob.
No, the defense is basically saying two people or multiple people did it, and they're shifting the timeline. If you shift the timeline, so the timeline the prosecution wants you to believe is that from 8:44, which is the Snapchat video that puts him down by the dog kennels, 8:44, and then at 8:48 I think 8:48 is when the phones lock. That's the last time that Paul's phone locks. No
His phone
messages.
seems to run out of
after
batteries
that.
then too.
Yeah. And then the wife's phone locks at that time as well. And there's no other communications that they initiate or are engaged with. So the defense or the prosecution's theory is that from that 8:44 timeline, Murdaugh's down there, 8:48, and then Murdaugh leaves the property, undisputed 9:06 p.m. He is off that property 9:06 p.m.
Yeah.
From 8:48 until 9:06, Murdaugh takes a shotgun and with two blasts, and I'm sorry for saying this way.
Oh, don't
two
apologize.
blasts,
Get grisly.
puts one in the son's chest and then another one that literally the son's
Canoes
head
his
is
head.
no longer there.
Yeah, he
And then-
carves the Grand Canyon through the back of his
Ugh.
skull,
Gone.
and his
Bye.
brain is literally laying at his feet.
Yep. And then walks out from behind this little corner, turns the corner, sees his wife, shoots the wife 3 or 4 times in the back, walks up, kill shot with an AR, 2 different firearms, shotgun for the son, AR, 300 blackout for the second, same configuration for the second, with a kill shot in the back of the head, execution style for the wife.
Yeah, like at point blank while she's laying on the ground. You blam.
At 9:06. And then 9:47, he's back on property after going to see his dad, who's terminal, who dies 3 days later. 9:47, back on the property, calls 911. 911 shows up 20 minutes later. And then when 911 shows up, he's there in a white t-shirt, no blood, no trace of blood or anything on his body or person. He is holding a firearm that he said he was going to get to protect himself because he was afraid. He came back and saw the scene of his son and his wife, and has GSR on his hand. Grab the shotgun. He's got
GSR is
on his
gunshot
hand.
residue.
Yeah. And the prosecution is saying that he did this in a cold-blooded style. The wife's phone is found off property in the woods, 40 feet away from where he threw it, across the street. Where someone threw it. The timeline doesn't make sense. And the prosecution wants to basically say that he had this financial house of cards that was caving in around him, and that was his incentive to kill his wife and son.
Yeah.
You shift the timeline by 10 minutes and none of it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. If you can, that's what the defense wants to do. The defense wants to push the time of death back to like 906, shortly after he leaves, and say basically that they die then. And if they can do that, or if they can raise the specter of that, there's no way he could possibly have killed anything. But it's this crazy dramatic story, and there's all this other drama around the family, like. There's a boating accident involving his son 2.5 years before, and this chick dies. She's this hot 19-year-old, and she's dead. And the son's like taunting her brother, and the brother's like threatening the son, and all that shit. Their housekeeper died 6 years ago, falling down some stairs, just falls down some stairs and fucking dies. And the guy, so then he acts as the housekeeper's estate's lawyer, sues, wins. Well, gets a settlement for like $5 million, and then he just pockets the money and doesn't give it to her son
against his own insurance policy.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, man. And he's also stolen over the years like $8 million from different people. Aside from that, and that's all like, so he's made a lot of enemies. So
you forgot about the murder for hire against him.
Oh yeah, 6 months after this all goes down, he hires a guy to kill him. He hires his drug dealer, his opiate dealer, to kill him so that his son will his remaining son will collect the insurance money. The guy fucking misses, and the bullet grazes his head, and he doesn't die. So he's still alive.
Wild. You would see now when I'm watching this should all be what I'm hearing. But it's just a lady trying to open a damn package for an hour.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
And it's been 7 trial days or 8 trial days now to explain what we just laid out in 5-10 minutes. And
but Camelot, what you're saying is 100%, and this is part of the defense move that I thought was brilliant. So the financial crimes, they bring the case and they have 99 charges. This is 100 charges of financial crimes. And I'm going to make a t-shirt that says this. I got 99 charges, but murder ain't one. Because they bring all these financial crimes, and then all of a sudden, after the financial crimes are brought, they then lay these murder charges on him. And he waives speedy trial on all the financial crimes and says, bring those whenever. We're going to push those out. And he says, but nope, I'm not waiving. I want speedy trial on the murder charges. Bring those now. You have your evidence, put up or shut up. And the prosecution is in this position where they have to put up or shut up. And the prosecution's sitting there going, but I want to bring in all the financial crimes. And the defense is saying no, and properly so. And you have this massive battle where the prosecution wants to say bad dude did a bad thing because bad dudes do bad things.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not adding up.
And the only physical evidence is the gunshot residue on his hand.
Kinda. The problem is he grabbed a shotgun that's been fired, so you get gunshot residue on your hands either way. And there's the state's even said there is no direct evidence linking him to this crime. Everything's circumstantial. It's a big mess. But and it sounded really cool, and then it's been fucking boring. Because they just cannot talk at a normal pace in South Carolina.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
But dude, so Camelot, so the dude is wearing Murdoch. They come back. The police get there, sled. Tons of cops and tons of people at the scene. There are over 30 people at this scene the night of the murders. And Murdoch is sitting there in a white t-shirt, not a trace of blood. They test the t-shirt for blood, no blood whatsoever. And then they go back and say, no, we want to retest. And they do a test, which is a destructive test, which by doing the test, you destroy the evidence in doing the test to find DNA. And they find the wife's DNA. Well, surprise, the dude lives with his wife. You're going to find DNA on a fucking t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. The t-shirt doesn't have any blood, nothing on it. They searched the house, but they didn't execute the search warrant when they were searching the house. The chick goes through in a voluntary search from room to room, testifies that she looks in the bathtubs. Cross-examination, No evidence of a shower, no evidence of anything washing anything down, any drains or anything.
Yeah, it's
nothing makes sense.
They've got nothing. I genuinely don't think he killed him. I really don't at this point. But we'll see. I think he's going to be convicted either way. But let's get on to a more important subject here. I want to bring this up. This is critical. I think you gentlemen may help me out with this. Nintendo's big Mario Kart ride at Universal can only be ridden by thin people.
That's called bigotry.
What is thin?
This
here it is.
Phobic.
Universal Studios Hollywood's latest ride bars attendees with a waistline over 40 inches.
Did you know that I'm pretty sure that excludes the average woman?
Yep.
Not even joking, because I think the average woman is oversized 16 now, which would be, well, now that might not be 40 inches. Shit, I don't know, but it seems like it might be. So,
I laugh, but 40 inches isn't, I mean, it's big, but it's not that big. It's not actually like ginormous, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're tall.
I think the biggest I ever was when I was 17 and I wore a 36.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Yeah, I wore a 36, and I was like 270
Rob, did you just
pounds.
say fuck you?
Yeah, like I'm a 36, and it's like it's a tight fitting 36. Like it's
yeah.
You gotta stop eating, Rob.
Take it easy, buddy.
I went down to a 29 though after
life
dying.
is tough life. 29?
Yeah.
What are you shopping in the kids section?
Yeah, I got real little, man. I went from like 2.
Oh, before you started lifting, yeah, I saw those pictures. You were skinny as fuck.
Yeah, I was like 140 something, and then I started lifting, and I stay around 185 average now because I'll go up in the winter and then I'll cut in February and January.
Rob, how tall are you?
6 foot 205.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You're not huge though.
No,
you don't even look 205.
Yeah, 6 foot 205.
Okay,
that seems about right. Seems normal. Yeah.
Because I have I run like a 33-inch waist right now, which is good. I was up to 34 for a while.
No, like in like crimes, like the man was average height and build.
Rob is the crime.
I am the crime. Like the man was average height and build, white Caucasian male. Shit.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, it's what is the average height in the US? 5'9" for a man?
It's 5'9". Yeah.
Barely beat it. I'm 5'11". Barely got it. I'm the king of the manlets is what they call me.
Yeah.
I'm the king
Lord
manlet.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's too bad that Rob is 6 feet taller than you, Camelot.
Yeah, it's like
It's the Super Nintendo World, the latest addition to Universal Hollywood's theme park, is set to open in just a few weeks, giving Mario fans the opportunity to step into a vivid recreation of the Mushroom Kingdom. Packed with I wonder if you can get mushroom stamps. Packed with sights and sounds they know and love. Not all of them, however, will be able to experience the featured attraction Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, as it has a very specific requirement. Your waistline must not be 40 inches or larger.
So do they have someone at the, like, you know how they have the, like, you must be this tall to ride this line? Do they have someone with a tape measure who's there wrapping around?
I mean, I would love to. Oh God, I would love to be that person. I'd be like, I go around him with a little rope thing, and I'd be like, "Sir, I'm sorry, but you just too goddamn wide. You could be on." Dude,
you know they've got
vicious.
a 40-inch rope. And they just bring that thing around, and they get there, and it's like, oh God, we just can't get there, can we? Can't.
Sorry, sir. You're a certified ham planet. Can't get on.
Have you thought about going into the bathroom and throwing up a couple times, ma'am?
or like Nick, like they have the, you know, the thing you're supposed to put your bag in, like in the plane when you're about to board it.
Yeah.
Cage. And they're like, could you please step into this cage and make sure that your waist is below 40 inches wide? And you have to walk up and stand in that cage in front of everybody in line.
Ma'am, you are like in front of everybody. In front of everybody, ma'am. Your ass is just too fat, baby.
They got one of those narrow ass turnstiles that you have to go through, and then they have a big one next to it. It's like, oh, if you don't fit through this one, you go in this one, and that one just goes to the exit of the park and just says, "Go home."
No, there's something similar. I think I was at Universal, maybe. I think it was Universal, and it was the Hagrid ride at Universal, and I was there, and my buddy Daracuda, he was too tall because he's giant.
Yeah.
He was too tall to ride in the little side seat.
Is that the motorcycle one, the
Yeah.
Hagrid one?
Mhm.
Yeah, I rode that. That roller coaster's fun as hell, by the way.
Yeah, dude, when the bottom
How
falls
did you-
out.
How long did you wait to ride? I was in Universal Studios a week and a half ago, a week and a half ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Okay, Rob,
Fast.
I'm bougie. And
You got the fast pass or whatever it was.
it was even better. So we did this. We've done this at Lego, Universal, and Disney. My dad does this for our kids for Christmas. We get the private tour of the park, which they send an employee with you, and the employee just walks your ass to the front of the line in front of everybody. It's amazing.
Dude,
Your dad did this. Your dad did
Yeah.
this. Did
Yeah,
you shame him like publicly and say, "Why didn't you treat me this way? You piece of shit."
I did. I was like, oh, thanks, guys, for taking me to Disneyland once when I was a kid, and you took me to the California one, not even the Florida one.
They have good hot wings there. Like, I got some hot wings at the California one. No, dude, the only thing my dad gives me is like his debt. So that's pretty kick ass that you got to go to the top of the line, man. No, dude, the Velocicoaster. I think it's called the Velocicoaster. That shit's
was
goated.
fucking awesome.
Dude, I was tripping balls.
That was the
awesome.
best ride.
Wait, what's
That
the
was fucking
Velocicoaster?
It's the roller coaster. It's the one from Jurassic World, and it's got Chris Pratt. The whole time you're waiting in line, Chris Pratt's yelling at you.
Yeah.
When
then
did
when
this
you-
open though?
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
was there
Okay, I
last
think-
year.
when you
I think
ride
I
on it,
might have
they
gone
release
just
it,
before
like,
it was open.
they have these screens next to the ride. So when the roller coaster's going, the screens are showing and they show velociraptors like actually like running out, and they have the audio that's like pumped into.
Yeah, dude.
So
Oh,
it's like
that's
the
cool.
velociraptors are running out, and then as you're riding the different turns, there are velociraptors like positioned mannequins that are just sitting there
Yeah.
like screeching to come and grab you as you're riding this ride. Fucking awesome.
And also,
Such a trip.
the roller coaster is crazy as hell. Like, just if they could take out the velociraptors, they could take all that shit out, and it's still crazy. You're like, man, it was awesome. It was upside down. You're flipping everywhere. You're throwing up and shit. It was good, man.
My kid threw up on one of the Harry Potter rides, and they had to shut the whole damn thing down.
Which one was it? Was it
It was
the?
the one where you sit in like the elevator thing, and it brings you like it's got the big ass screen, and it brings you along.
Yeah, that's
that thing?
the goblets.
The goblins? Is that the goblin one?
It's the bank.
Yeah.
Where all
that,
the
dude,
where
that one
all
is-
the definitely goblins are working for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He throws up while it's bouncing people around. I'm pretty sure it's like it landed on someone's head. It was like all over the cart, and they had to clean. So they had to shut the whole ride down so they could clean off the cart. But my poor kid, like he's got puke all over his like shirt. They just gave him a bunch of merch. They're like, here you go. Here, have a t-shirt. And I'm like, that's like $40. You just gave it to him.
I will tell you what, we're shaming Universal in this one. Universal has it better than Disney, 10 out of 10. Like
I think Universal's a way better park.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I loved it. I thought it was great. And then I left after the Velocicoaster. And I got me a burger, and it was great. Everything was great.
Oh.
And I got drunk too.
And the food at Universal, like, so Disney charges you an arm and a fucking leg for everything on that site.
Yeah.
Universal, you walk out of there, cocktails, $12.
Yeah. No, dude. I was at a restaurant bar thing in Universal, right across the street from where you buy wands and shit. I think I can't remember. Or no, it was this weird Egyptian store with like Egyptian artifacts and shit. And I was just eating at this bar, and it was like a $15 burger and fries, and I got like 3 Jack and Cokes, and I was blitzed. I went and rode the Velocicoaster, and I was like, "This is great."
Okay, so the private tours though, someone asked how much they cost. I don't want to know. It's a lot. I don't know. It's Christmas present for the kids. And you got to take like a group, because it's not like a per person thing at that point. You're like renting a person to go with you, and it's the same price for like 2 people up to like 9. But the Disney one kind of sucks. It's the most expensive, and you get the least amount of stuff. The Universal one's pretty good, but the real baller one is Legoland, because at Legoland, when you get that private tour, everything's included. All your food, snacks, drinks, whatever you want, it's all included. And they'll go, you send a servant to go get them because they send 2 people with your group. And one person, I'm like, I want some Skittles. They walk into the gift shop. They come out with a couple bags of Skittles, some Starbursts for the kids, and they just start handing them out. We go up to the funnel cake stand. They gave each one of my kids a damn funnel cake. They gave our infant in the stroller a funnel cake. And I'm like, what? My infant doesn't need a funnel cake.
You sounded like you were Kim Jong-un and you were just in North Korea.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
They were just,
man.
great leader, here's funnel cake.
It was awesome. I love that.
Nick,
yeah.
Is it hard when you try to like cope with the fact that your father loves your kids like 100 times more than he loves you?
No, I'm good with it.
Is that a hard thing to embrace?
No, I'm good with it. I like that because then
dude,
he watch it. Like my parents will watch our kids when we go on vacation. So I love that they love that. It's like, oh no, this is the best thing on earth. I'm like, hey, I called him up. It was after Anime Matsuri last year, which was after Johnny Depp. It's like Johnny Depp, we were wrapping up, and you remember how that shit was so long and grueling. And I called my dad, and I was like, Dad, can I ask you a favor? And he's like, what? I'm like, Lady Raggets and I, we want to go on vacation after Anime Matsuri, and we want to be gone like 12 days. And oh yeah, by the way, Anime Matsuri is like 4 days. Can you watch our kids for like 16 days? Like we'll bring them to Florida, and can you just keep them at your house for a while? And he's like, absolutely. I was like, yeah, buddy. It was great. I love that shit. It makes me very happy. He can love them way more than he ever liked me. My parents liked me a lot. Don't get me wrong, but they like my kids a lot more because they're cuter.
That's how my grandmother on my mom's side, she was like the greatest lady. She'd be like, "Oh, my sweet baby," and she'd kiss me, and then she'd like make me food. She'd do whatever, dude. She said she was gonna take me to Disney World, and then she couldn't, so she just gave me a box, and it was an Xbox, like an Xbox in like 2002, and she just gave it to me, and I was like, "What the hell's happening?" Because I was in the trailer park, and I'd never gotten free Xboxes, so that was weird. So she was kick ass, but I remember being younger, and she would scowl at my dad, and she would always snap at my mom, but she would treat me so well. And my mom would always tell me that she was a wicked witch. She's like, my mother's a witch. She's like how she just detests her. And I never understood it until I got older. Until I got older, I understood. But she was always so sweet to me. But dude, man, when she finally died, she died in 2019. Because she did a DNR, right? And because she just wanted to die, man, she had enough.
Yeah.
And she broke her hip, and then they put her on a ventilator, and she's like, "I want to die." And dude, I tell you what, she died, and my mom was like, I guess the wicked witch is finally dead." And I'm like, "Damn, man, Jesus, Mom." It was crazy. Now she was in tears when she said this, but she was like, "The witch is finally dead," and I'm like, "God damn!"
Her arch nemesis is.
She was so nice to me, though. I loved her. She's great.
My grandmas were pretty cool. My dad's mom, she's the one who would always take me to the damn arcades when I was really little. Like we would walk to the library, or not walk to the library. We'd drive to the library in Houston. We'd walk to Little Caesars and to Baskin Robbins and to Subway. But we would drive to the library, but she would take me to the Circle K that was by the library because they had the fucking Goonies arcade game.
Damn.
And so I would sit and play the Goonies arcade game. And then they had Street Fighter 1, the original one.
Yeah.
I played that shit. And then she would take me to this Northwest Mall, and I would go and play Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. Gosh, it was great. She would always take me to the damn arcade. And then my parents never took me to the arcade really, but when I got to Minnesota and once I got to be a teenager, I would just go to the mall by myself, I'd go with friends or whatever. We'd go to the arcade, but my grandma would just sit there while I played arcade games for hours.
But my grandma she would do the same shit. She would just stay on her. She would have a newspaper and be just scribbling on the bitch. I guess doing crosswords or some shit like old ladies do. And my parents wouldn't take me up there, but of course it was called Aladdin's Castle, and somebody got shot in the face, and then they closed it down. So yeah,
that'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Cheoni says Northwest Mall went to shit. That's where she used to take me. I would go to Northwest Mall most of the time, but Eventually, she started taking me to Willowbrook. One time we went to Greenspoint, but you don't want to go to Greenspoint in the 80s. Not good. They had snipers on the roof at Christmas time.
Well, I mean, tell me a mall right now that like, look, I grew up in DC area. Like that was high school, etc. That was mall time. But every single mall that I went to in high school, now, if I went there, I would have a piece of self-defense on me that I would not otherwise have any other time in my life, because these malls right now, holy shit, it is a different scene.
No, I got one for you. Burnsville Mall in Minnesota. It's the mall that Drex and I used to go to when we were growing up or whatever. And now you go there, and I'm not kidding, 80% of the stores are closed.
Yep.
It's fucking desolate. It makes me look like I cry in North Korea every time I go in there now. I'm just like, oh, capitalism has failed us. It's fucking awful.
No, dude, there's a place where I live, and it was called Madison Square Mall. And I used to go there for my employee review with my district manager at GameStop. And every year when I would go there, it would get more desolate to where there was nothing. There was just 0 stores. And then we would go to the food court, and there was one Chinese restaurant, and the lady would be screaming, "Free sample! Free sample!
You want sample? You want
I'm
sample?"
like, you know what? I'm like, ma'am, you need to leave.
You want sample?
You need to leave.
You want sample? You want sample?
And they bulldozed that bitch down, and it's gone now. And there's like there's a movie theater there now, a climbing gym that's like $500 a month for some reason, and there is a Top Golf and something else that's wild. It's a place where like big bands go and play. It's like a music stadium. So, and they just built all of this. So.
You want to know how bad the Burnsville Mall is now? Burnsville Center? There's an actual Toys R Us in there.
My God. Wait, how's that possible?
Exactly. It's bad because they had to go out of business from their bad decision making. And when they get to reopen a store, where do they pick? The worst fucking mall exists.
You sure it's not Toys like AREUS?
No, I saw it and I was like, there's a sign that says Toys R Us located in the mall. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like they liquidated all that shit. I have some of the fixtures from Toys R Us in my house to hold stuffed animals and stuff like that. And they opened one up. There's also a skate park in there, which is probably pretty cool. But I don't skateboard because I'm old. But if I did, it'd be neat.
There is
if
one.
I was like Muslim or something.
There is one left. It is down the road from where I live, and it's called Parkway Place Mall. Maybe I think it's called Parkway Place, and it's like a normal mall in like the 90s. It's always packed to the damn brim and overpriced, and there's not many stabbings, so it's all right. But I don't go there very often because why the hell would I go to a mall? So
yeah, Mall of America is pretty legit still.
Oh no, Nick, look at the private chat.
Yeah, I just saw it right as I said that. I clicked over and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Yep.
Justice's take on Mall of America.
Sears Row in bankruptcy case, because this case never fucking ends. Mall of America. This was in the front of the Supreme Court last year over a vacant spot in Mall of America they're trying to develop. That has been undeveloped, and they're still litigating it in bankruptcy case.
It's the Sears place.
Yep, I knew you were gonna fucking say Mall of America, and I was like, oh no, I got this shit.
That Sears location, I mean, it's huge. It's one. So the Mall of America has 4 department store corners, and Sears was one of them. They're 3 stories. I mean, they're massive retail spaces, and one of them's been broken up into multiple things. But wait, who's this? Oh no. What's up, Cecil?
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
It's Chad Cecil.
What's going on, guys?
Well, we were talking about Mall of America, but just a second ago, did you see this? That the Mario Kart ride at Universal, you have to be under 40-inch waistlines to ride it.
It's gonna be the shortest fucking line in the park, man.
That's for damn sure.
No fucking way.
Yes.
If they put this at a water park, no one would ride anything.
I remember going to like Great Adventure years ago, and it was like it was supposed to be like torrential rainstorms, and it only rained for like a half hour, and we had to park to ourselves. But it was like announced there was gonna be flash flood. So we get to the end of the roller coaster, and the guy just be like, "Do you want to stay on?" Like, we would just stay on, just go around and around on fucking every ride, and that's what this shit's gonna be. Fucking 40-inch fucking waist. Good luck,
dude. I rode the Goliath in Atlanta of Six Flags 28 times in a row because it rained all day, and I stayed all day, and no one was there. So I just rode. I rode the Goliath 28 times in a row. I just never got off. I just stayed in my seat.
God, it's so great when that happens.
You never got off. You never got off. You stayed in your seat.
Yeah,
Camelot's never got
story of my life. Story of my life.
People are gigantic now. I've gone to more parks like in the last couple of years than I have in my entire life. You know, because with COVID, I kept going down to Florida. It was the only fucking place that was open, and you know, I'd hit up drunk and go to the Universal and stuff. But people are just fucking massive. Like,
every
so
dude,
big.
Everything is snowballing. It's all snowballing, Nick. Dude, I remember going to a water park when I was 14, 15. You know, I was a little awkward kid. And, dude, every girl had their bikini on, and there's so many hot girls. And I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Even as recent as my early 20s, I had a season pass to this place like an hour away, and every girl's hot. It's crazy, right? And now... And it's only 14 years later, 15 years later in some cases.
Dude,
and you go to a water park now.
Biscuit ass
you
Mecca.
have to like it's like national treasure. It's like you're going through all the clues to find the one hot girl in the entire park. You're like wading through all these damn ham galaxies and butter golems and shit, and then you finally find the hot one. God,
well,
it's like when they open each day, there's like a guy with a conch who's just like,
wait, hang on. So hang on. Not to like make things dramatic, but Megan Fox goes to bookstores to find men, and Camelot goes to amusement parks to find women. Just that's just
and
how
now they're
it works.
gone. And now they're gone.
Well, think about when we were kids. It was like every class had the fat kid. You know the name in your head right now of the fat kid in your class.
It was me.
You know who it is.
It was me.
Now it's like there's like one skinny kid in the class. It's a whole fucking class. It's just
I feel betrayed because if I would have grew up in a time now, I'd have been normal. But nah, dude, I was fat my whole life. I get picked on every day. No girl wanted to have sex with me. It was rough, man.
Nelson. We have two classes for each grade. Nelson and Robert were the two fat kids in each class.
Take it easy on the Roberts.
Yeah.
Right. So Brock,
we age well.
There's a guy in the chat named Brock. He says, "Hey, millionaire YouTubers, still can't even find my super chat from yesterday." Dude, so yesterday it was during the trial stream, and I noticed his chat. It says, "I wonder if there's a better way to find my super chat because like I don't want to sift through 7 hours of streaming." And I swear to God, like 2 minutes later, I read his super chat just by happenstance. I had gotten right to it, and I was like, "Oh, there you go." But he didn't even see it. Damn it. It's right after you. I don't know how to find that, man. It's right after you said it. Oh, shit. Speaking of that, I do need to read the YouTube super chats because we need to get off of YouTube and onto Rumble. And then we really talk about fat people. CBDX.com says, "We're literally about to send you every type of gummy we make. Expect them in the mail in 3 days, sir." Well, okay. All right.
Hey, my PO box is on my my about page. Just saying.
Oh, hey, CBDX.com. I got good news. On Rumble, I don't have the same advertising restrictions as YouTube. So if you want to talk, hit me up. TJ say the issue with Pippa was I'm scared of when the good times end. So why not beat it to the punch? She's a good egg who isn't making sense, which is what depression does to people. Nicholas Cruiser says 5'11" is about 10 feet shorter than 6 foot.
Man, dude, I remember, dude, I'll never forget being 18 and 19 and being on 4chan/B back in the day. And there was always that damn thread that showed two guys standing next to each other. And it was like 5'11" for the shorter guy. And then the other guy was like a foot taller and it said 6'1". And I'm like, oh, like,
and the worst part is it's true.
Yeah. When you're 5'11", you're just even more of a bitch because you just couldn't squeeze out a little bit more of that juice.
I think 5'9" people are taller than you.
Yeah, it seems like it, right? It's just worthless. Cecil's safe. No one even says anything about him being 5'1".
No,
You know
no,
what's
dude.
not, wait, hang on. You know what's not worthless? You know what's not worthless?
What's that?
Investing with Birch Gold.
It's
Seamless.
It's not. That's correct. That's
No,
correct.
it's liberating. Actually, I edge down because I'm exactly 5'8" on nose, and if I say I'm 5'8", somebody will go, "You're not 5'8". Like I'm fucking. It's still goddamn short. If I was gonna lie, I wouldn't.
Like, who cares?
I
Why
just
even
say
lie?
5'7". I'm like, no one gives a shit. No one gives a.
Hey, I know people who lie about being 5'6", though.
Yeah, dude.
God.
I just say I'm 5'1".
Wearing
or
those
5'2".
lifts. Wearing those lifts. Ben Shapiro says he's 5'10". Who believes that?
Dude, you can tell that some bitch is 4'7". He got 4'7"
college
face
stats.
all over him.
Hey, Brock, you can keep yelling at me in the chat all you want. I read it. Seriously, I read your super chat right after you said it. But even if I divide my VODs into timestamps and put some efforts into my streams, which sounds like a terrible idea, but if I divided them into timestamps, that wouldn't be the timestamp of when Brock sent a super chat. Like, that's not going to happen. The
No, just make
timestamp would be
just make
more
separate
general to the
videos.
subject. So
Make a standalone video for every single super chat.
but here, I'll give you a tip. Sometimes YouTube does an auto transcript after like a day or two. It depends on the length of the live stream. You can actually just if you find the auto transcript section, do Control F and type Brock. You can find where it transcripts me saying Brock each time, and then you could just do find next. And there's probably not very many of those. It's kind of unique, and you can find it that way. Or you can find you could go to the chat history when you said that thing about hearing your super chat, or just look for your own chats. I don't know how many times you sent regular chats or whatever, but it was seriously within minutes after you said that which I thought was funny. So you can find it there, but I'm sorry, man. It was the way I've done super chats for the past, I don't know, 3.5 years is I read the $20 ones and up first. And then I read the other ones later in the show, typically. Otherwise, it got to the point where I was breaking up the show constantly for like $2 super chats. And you can't run a show like that. I tried to do that, and it just doesn't work. Once you get past a certain amount of super chats, you just have to address them that way, or you can ignore them like Tim Pool does, for example. And I prefer to read all of them. I actually like it. I like the interactivity, but I still have to have the show kind of have some cohesion. So I'm sorry, man, that I didn't read it at the time that you sent it. But I did read it, and I do read all of them.
Nick, you've told me this off air. You said I'll read the 20s as soon as I can, and I believe you called them the scum.
Yeah. Yeah.
The pleb poors.
Yeah. The people who
later.
should try having a job. I got all of my tips on reading super chats from Invader V. It was perfect. No, man, I do try and read them all. I'm sorry I didn't get to yours when you wanted it, but that's just the way it goes. And if that's not good for you, please don't send anymore. I didn't ask you to send the first one. I like that you did. I appreciate it, but I can't bend the show around each super chat that comes in. There's something I interact with, but it's practicality, my friend. Mario Carter 13 says Nathaniel was found dead on his wedding night after accidentally shifting into drive while riding the stick shift. He is survived by a Vespa scooter. Sailor Mercury says appreciated the day trial streams. Also loved Charlie. I thought Charlie was great, but she pissed some people off. Colton this is over on Rumble. Colton 171993 says coming from a man who tried to end himself more than 7 times in his early 20s. It makes no damn sense, and it's not worth it. I only got better because I woke up and said I'm tired of feeling like this. Well, there you go, brother.
He didn't get better at killing himself, though.
That's what.
Well, I'm glad he was bad at that.
You stole my joke, you son of a bitch. Now I have nothing left.
That's the old
same shit.
That's the old Seinfeld joke, right? Seinfeld did a bit on that. He's like, I don't get why we punish people, make it illegal for them to fail at suicide. It's like, oh, here's just one more thing you're not good at. Jesus. Not So Paso says, although it's Friday and supposed to be a fun stream, as somebody who has dealt with depression, appreciate the conversation. Try to have it in a lighthearted way. Lucas the Troon Roberts says, hey, Nick, me and my fiance are getting married. We have bonded immensely over your stream. If I were to email you, would you do a short video with advice and a toast for our wedding? what? Just send you a video. Sure. Email me. We'll talk about it, brother. Cheers on that.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
the weird. Dude,
get married as soon as you can. Good idea, dummy.
Yeah. That's the weirdest thing is like I'll have people message me, and sometimes there'll be like people that I've seen in my chat 100 times, and it's like, dude, I met my like wife on your chat, and like a year ago, and it's like I met this person in your chat or through your community, or I'm like, what the hell? Why is my dumbass still alone? Like, what the hell, son?
Rob,
Come
I need
on.
a little subheading for you.
No, you don't. It's fine. We're good. I'm over here in the locals chat, just saving all the fucking memes. While you guys are talking, I'm saving every fucking meme that the locals chat is coming up with because these are fucking gold.
I had that
They're
pulled
amazing.
up, and I put it somewhere. Where is it? No.
I love the locals chat. It's so fucking great.
It's fucking savage.
It's
It's amazing.
Honestly, locals live chat has been my favorite thing to hit the internet since
Pornhub.
since Twitch movie streaming. Is Twitch movie streaming and then locals live chat. Once that came around, that trumped everything. Alex Jones says, Nick, did you know Unbreaded has an Urban Dictionary page? Mission accomplished. Yes, I do. It's so good. Tony J, welcome to Paralegal Status. Wolf's Pain was listening to a friend rant about Warhammer 40K and the Ogren came up. We have concluded that they are a dumber version of Forrest Gump in Vietnam. Emily, wait, I read that one. Kyan Rennell says, show me that round brown sector. Oh, baby. Oh, gross.
The poop loop.
Wolf's Pain says, we came up with a skit of an Ogren forest and Bubba with Bubba ranting, an Ogren forest and Bubba with Bubba ranting constantly on ways to cook Tyranids. You can fry it, steam it, put it in a stew. Ew.
Oh my gosh.
Lieutenant Dan 61350. Look at all the Forrest Gump references in chat. I find out tomorrow if my salary damn near doubles and I can't sleep. Been here since the Rittenhouse probable cause document breakdown. Keep it up. Yeah, brother. I hope your salary doubles and then some.
I like that meme of Jenny. It's like, hey, I'm back, Forrest. I'm ready to settle down now that I'm been ran through and have AIDS.
And you're a billionaire, yeah.
And you're a billionaire.
The only way Forrest can get laid is he had to be a billionaire, and it was by a lady that had HIV.
I do like when he just piston punched that dude in the car over and over.
Yeah.
It was like the most autistic punching I've ever seen. Tom Hanks really played a perfect retard.
He was. I didn't never realize it until now, but he was literally King Simp. He was the ultra simp.
He was with retard strength.
Yeah. Oh, Jenny's like one of the most awful characters in movie history. God, she fucking sucks.
Awful humans in movie history.
And then he didn't get AIDS apparently, right? So it's all good.
Yeah, she fucking really, capitalized on letting him sit down on that bus. She made an entire career out of that one fucking move. Matt
says China knows we're all lunars and has sent us presents. Oh my god. Are you
that's his weakness, man. They know how to get shit past Biden. Use either ice cream or balloons, and he's fucking captivated.
Cecil, are you familiar with lunars? The term lunar?
Only about moons.
LOONER?
No, what is it?
People who are sexually attracted to balloons.
Oh Christ.
It's a thing. It's a thing that happens.
We're all fucking doomed.
Some of them like pop the balloons and they're like, and then other ones, they get really defensive about the balloons. They just sit there and rub them and shit. Like, this is my favorite thing.
Wasn't there like a weird fetish back in the day where girls would just be like in like underwear and they would just pop balloons with their leg thigh things?
I remember that.
Or no,
this is what happens. This is what happens when we remove bullies from the ecosystem. They have their place. Some kid will be like, hey, you guys ever think about fucking balloons? And then another guy would punch him and then that would be over. But now there's no bullies in the ecosystem, and this guy's left to his own devices is now fucking a room full of balloons.
We just need to pair up one of these balloon fuckers with that with Red Bull, because remember they sent that one asshole way up into the atmosphere to skydive. So we got to send a balloon fucker up on one of those platforms up to that China balloon, and he can just stick his dick right in that thing and take it to the ground. Take that motherfucker to pound. We'll give him some Rohypnol too. He can roofie the balloon so it starts to settle down into the lower atmosphere, and then he can just pound that thing into the dirt.
And then he'll get like a Purple Heart or something. That'd be great. He can get one of those medals for having sex with the balloon.
Ryoji Mata says Eliza Blue has been going after people's YouTube channels now.
Yep.
She hit that Star Wars girl in Flash with privacy violations and illegal content reports.
Yeah, luckily all of my streams where I've talked about it are unlisted, because you know she just went to like search and typed in Eliza Blue. That's what she did, and luckily my streams are unlisted, so I have not been hit.
I talked about it on
Brittany's in the
Rumble.
chat. She just said she got
Oh,
hit too.
rest in peace.
Brittany, you got
Bente,
hit
one
too? Fuck.
Yeah, like so is this chick done? Like, no, is she like going to be radioactive after this? Even people who are not throwing her under the bus, are they just going to pretty much distance themselves?
They should all do that Homer Simpson meme where they just back up into the hedge.
Yeah,
I think she's pretty much going to be just radioactive. I think people are going to, just because of what she's representing, people are afraid to be like, she's a fucking liar, because they'd be like, it's just, I can't take the chance. Like, fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I'll just say nothing. But I think going forward, she's just dead in the water. There's no.
It's the advocate thing, and the thing is, Nick has talked about this, and I am firmly believing in this one too. The second you put advocate after your name, you are enemy number one. There is nothing more dangerous than someone who says, "I'm a fucking advocate."
I'm an advocate for lunars.
Yeah, you are the small voice that's just going to be the most obnoxious, toxic, spinning. Lawyers are assholes. Lawyers are assholes. Those advocates are fucking ruthless.
Yep.
Scummiest, dirtiest, nastiest spinners of truth that I have ever seen in my fucking life. I have seen any number of litigators. I've never seen anyone as bad as someone who puts advocate after their fucking.
That's because their entire job field and they're making their money and getting their clout is literally from embellishing everything or lying about everything. This chick was literally an escort, and then tried to bring her friends in on it to also be escorts, her girlfriends. Like, you can make money, just get pile drived like I am. Hello, LOL. They found her old group. They found her pictures of her being an escort and everything. And then
locals chat found that shit real quick, because I just saw it.
Yeah, and she's
we're
like,
gonna share it on Rumble.
She has the audacity to be like, LOL, I was trafficked and I was an advocate. I'm an advocate now. I was like, bitch, you were perpetuating it. You were part of the system and tried to get your friends banged for money. You crazy bitch. Crazy bitch, man. And she's using it for clout. It's crazy. Damn.
Let's see. So Brock has sent a $20 super chat. Hey, Brock, how's it going, brother? He says, thanks for the explanation, Nick. Also, fuck Tim Pool, yay 24, and Camelot. I would love to beat IRL.
like beat my penis? I don't know what he's saying. Or like my face, penis or face. Either is fine.
Either they're all good.
They're both
all
great.
Good. Love this. He's been saying, he's like, I'm glad you never have to work again. Me too, man. Mario Carter 13 says, did you learn your lesson smashing green M&M? Wait, what? You. The Roz Rodriguez says, reminds me when I used to smoke in my college years, I used to say, okay, enough. I'm high. I'm thinking weird, and proceeded to clean my whole apartment. Emily says, show the Bronca one. Which Bronca one? The Bronca what?
The titty one. I know that it's the titty one. I saw that just in the locals chat, and I'm like, oh my God, y'all are fucking savage.
Oh shit. The Bronca meme. See, locals chat is this weird mix. I fucking love, like, what is happening? Where do they find this shit?
I don't know.
What is this from? Somebody explain this to me.
That's from the Last Supper.
Yeah. I know. That's Mary Magdalene.
Oh my God.
The stuff they fucking find. But it's a mix of that and then random asses. Like, that's it's heaven.
Have
it's
you
just heaven.
Have you shilled the Vegas show today?
A little bit. I'm gonna do it again in just a second.
Bet.
Janiel Vargas, thoughts on the Biden balloon rackets? Well, I just said we got to send a lunar up to have sex with it, Kyan Renell says, "Wah, I'm depressed and want to delete myself." Quoting Camelot. Nappy Soldier, neuropunk drum and bass producer, says, "If you need a DJ for the Vegas show between speakers, I'll do it for free. I live here. Pro recording studio owner, lead guitarist, and DJ over 30 years. Dude, hit me up. Hit me up in email, please. Ricada.law@ricada.org.
What's the date? What's the date for that?
February 26th.
All right, because I'm going Chicago, and then I'm coming back to New York for like 2 days, and then I'm going to Florida for a week or more, and then right after that is you guys. So I'm gonna maybe go out to Vegas. I might meet you guys out there.
If you're gonna come, let me know. Like privately, let me know too.
Okay.
Grifty says, "So glad you're back, Camelot. Actually feels like we accomplished something. Now just got to get Brit and Flash back. Love both of y'all." Oh, on Twitter.
Yeah, I think Flash was back for like 1 second.
1 second.
Yeah, then he called Eliza a whore.
Yeah.
Got immediately banned
Well,
again.
He put her escorting pictures up.
Yeah, I saw that. I retweeted it. Yeah.
Christian
I like that. He's
Wolf,
like, what? Like what?
Christian Wolf says, "Used to hate winter too, but moving to Vegas changed that. After a summer of living in an oven, you learn to appreciate the cold, and the same thing happens, but in reverse as you head into spring." The Real Hydro PX says, "Rob, you are on Cross. Are you gay? Yes or no?"
No.
That's not the leading question you want to ask the Real Hydro.
That's really that's
You gotta
easy.
say
No.
You got to say, no.
Yeah, we're going to need to go into Discovery, though.
Ain't nothing
gotta
wrong
say,
with a little
Sure,
dick.
no problem. Enjoy it. Have fun.
Rob, now you like penises, don't you? That's the leading question you want to get to. That's how you got to frame the question. Is you gotta get you want to assume the yes in your question. Yakub Kedra, thank you for the donation. Patricia A, thank you for the donation. Hyper Shouta, tell your favorite content creators you appreciate them today. Pippa Love. Look, you don't have to tell me. I'm narcissistic and I appreciate myself quite a bit. But yes, for the rest of them, definitely do so. Andrew H, have you seen the John DeLee shooting video he's been charged of murder for? It's less than 15 seconds on Twitter. No gore. No, maybe we'll look at it on Rum. I don't even know what that is. Jacob McQuaid says Pippa might still be sad about Jim Medicare. Could be. Black Mage 9, if Drex shows up, tell him to look up a character named Biscuit Olivia and his girlfriend. Even Japan knows. Dude, it's
What?
Biscuit Oliver and his girlfriend is fucking massive. It's from Baki. I love that show. And yeah, Biscuit is king simp for he brings her out on a bed. She's like, she takes up the whole king size bed, but Biscuit's huge. And I could probably find this picture. Biscuit Oliver or Oliva.
She will not be on the Mario Kart ride.
No.
Oh, dude, imagine Lizzo. She can't go on that bitch either.
Dude,
Here we
there's
go.
a video of Lizzo, she's at a stadium show and they have her in the golf cart and then they put her on that back seat that's facing,
Yeah.
and the fucking thing goes into a wheelie.
Oh my god.
So here's his girlfriend. But you got to see Biscuit. Biscuit is so this is what she looks like.
Why?
But here's
Why?
Biscuit. Look at him. Baki's the funniest fucking show. Yeah, when he walks out carrying her big ass on the bed, that was good.
Well, let me give you a new topic. Although it's probably not a new topic for you. Sorry, just real quick because I just getting recommended these videos of like the passport bros. It's all these black guys going to the Philippines.
Yeah,
and all the black ladies like are hating on the Filipino women, and now the Filipino women are responding with videos on like YouTube and Instagram where they're like antagonizing black chicks, and it's fucking. I went down the rabbit hole the other day, and I'm like, this is amazing. And she's like, and if you're a big fat, if you're a heavy Filipino girl, these black men love you, and they're like fucking taunting the black chicks in the United States. It's great. I'm all for it. I'm here for this battle.
Gregor Brzeskiewicz, I don't know. Nick, I got cucked by California law. Cannot get my ADHD prescription filled because it's out of the state. I'm one of the ones that genuinely needs it, but a dispensary will not even card me. Lol. Yeah, that sucks. Also, all of that shit for ADHD, Adderall and Concerta or whatever, all that shit's back ordered. It's fucking crazy. It's impossible to get. I got a couple ADHD people in my house, and trying to get their meds is impossible. You having trouble with that shit, Rob?
I'm in like the DC area. I'm not having trouble yet, but I am filling my prescription about a week before I need to.
Dude, it's nuts, man. Jesus Davila sent a sticker. Thank you. Gregor says, now I got to drive to Nevada or Arizona and avoid paying and waiting for a California doctor. Tim Pool's gay ass music says Camelot looks like a straight Jack Posobiec.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started on Tim Pool's music. No, seriously, like tiny segue. I watched so everybody in my chat was like, dude, you got to check out his new song. And I was like, okay, cool. So I like go and look at that shit. And it's very, very like run of the mill decent. Like the instruments are going and stuff. And I'm like, okay, this isn't like the worst thing I've ever heard in my life at all. And then Tim Pool starts singing because Tim Pool has to be the vocalist because Tim Pool is the face. So Tim Pool just has to be the singer. And I almost shit my pants. I was like, it went from like being kind of okay, decent, like run of the mill cookie cutter shit to being the oh my God, it was like me singing when I was 12. And I was like, why did he do this? So I talked about it on stream, and I shit you not, for like a week after that, there was people jumping in my chat, like yelling at me, like Tim Pool, Tim Pool does so much for the country and so much for all of us, and like his music's the best thing I've ever heard. You're a piece of shit. And I'm like, God damn.
Tim Pool plays guitar for his chickens.
Locals chat, I need the link. Locals chat, give me the link.
The vocals are just so bad. The vocals are just really bad.
Emily says, ugh, no, Nick, the video where Pippa reviewed Bronca's scam website, but more importantly, #justice for Brock. And then Mr. P says, Sophia Arista and her golden performance on stage was unbelievable. I don't know what that is, and I don't know if I want to look at what that is. But I do want to say we're going to go off of YouTube here.
Yeah, just show this is like 3 seconds long. See if you could tell the exact moment Lizzo gets on the back.
No.
Yes.
No. Oh my God. That suspension is not capable of that.
Oh my God.
I love how this one chick's looking back like, damn, what was that?
You know what's like kind of jarring that kind of like makes me sad watching this clip? The fact that if this was 1997 or 1982, the three celebrities that would be getting on the golf cart would be these chicks that are just stunning and amazing and like idolizing. You could idolize them as a young female. They're just beautiful. And now every time you see this shit, it's just like 3 black chicks and they're fat. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why are you famous?
They're not just
they consolidated Destiny Child into one girl.
Yeah, because Aaliyah's
they're
gone.
Like, wait, this band should have been called Destiny's Children. Destiny's Child will look much better if it's just one 400-pound chick. All right, here we go. Speaking of 400-pound chicks, we're going to move over to Rumble. Thank you to the audience. Guys, the link for the Rumble chat or the Rumble show is in the description on YouTube. Pop on over there. It's going to be a 20-second outro. We'll see you there. Rumble, the show continues in 20 seconds. Peace.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen,